This is a demonstration on how to set up mpvacious and animecards script on a Mac. So first of all, go ahead and open your browser and start typing in animecards site, and it should be the first hit. Now in this sidebar here, come down to the section where it says Anime under Tools and Card Creation. And this is the section you want to read. But if you come down here to the bit where it says Requirements, this is the list of instructions that you need to follow to get yourself set up. And the first section is to find a template deck you can use with Anki. So hit the link and go ahead and scan down to the download button. Hit the download button. Now there's one more deck that is worth checking out. If you go ahead and type in cademcniven.com, and on this website go to the projects section and then come down to Eminent Note Type and hit the download link. And this will open up a folder full of files, and the one you want is the Eminent version 2.2 deck, Anki deck. So go ahead and download that. Okay, so if you come across to Anki now, and in your downloads folder you should have 2 Anki decks, and double click to open them up. Okay, so the first one will be the animecards note type. Let's check it out. So it basically has the vocab at the front and the reading on the back with the English definition in image, the context sentence, and here would normally be the pitch accent, and you've got the audio at the bottom. If you come back, this is the Eminent Note Type. So this note type has actually a ton of really cool features to it. First of all, you've got the pitch accent coloring on the word itself. You've got the audio which has been overlaid onto the image. So that's essentially makes the card smaller. Normally it would be placed at the bottom. You've got this pitch accent graph here. You've got this red highlighting on the sentence of the actual word itself, which is a really neat feature. And also, if you place your cursor over any character, you'll get loads of information about the reading and the meaning of each character, which is really awesome when you're trying to learn new words. That's really awesome. You've also got this the frequency stars here of several different sources, which kind of underlines everything at the bottom here. It kind of makes this really nice aesthetic. So yeah, and there's probably a ton of other features in this note type, but you can go to the website and read about them there as well. Now, I really love this note type, but I wanted to change the layout of it a bit. You noticed that on the front of the card was also the image and the sentence. I wanted to get rid of that. And there's also the English definition down here is a little bit small, and the pitch graph here is in the wrong place for me. So if you're really happy with the layout of the card, you can go ahead and ignore this part of the video, but otherwise I'm going to show you how to move stuff around and get rid of stuff. So first of all, go down to Edit, and then come up to Cards. Now, first of all, on the front of the card, I don't like the image on the front or the sentence on the front. I'm happy enough just having the word. So if you come across to the code here and find where it says picture and sentence, and also everything that surrounds those there, you just highlight it and hit delete. So it literally just has the word on the front. Now that if you come to the back of the card now, what I want to move is the pitch accent graph. I want to move the pitch accent to underneath the word itself. So if you come across to the back template here. Sorry, it keeps repeating the audio. You just have to try and bear with it. If you come down to the bit where it says pitch accent graph, if you highlight this and hit Command X, and then move it up to the part where it says word and reading, you just place it underneath there, hit Command V. Now also I want to move the definition here to underneath the pitch graph, but before the image. So if you come down here to the bit where it says definition, highlight that and hit Command X. And then place it underneath the pitch accent. Command V. And it's already a good size. I'm happy with that size there. And that's basically it. Finally though, I'd like to increase the size of the pitch accent so it's more in line with the size of the word itself. So go to styling, I think, where it's going to be, it's got pitch graph here. So go to styling. And it's got pitch graph here. So I'm going to put it 1.7. That's quite big. 1.5. I mean, you can mess around with the size of it to something that you prefer if you don't like the size. I think that's basically it. Yeah. I'll hit save and then close. And let's have a look. So that's much better now. So it's much more in line with the animecards template. Actually, there's one more thing I'd like to do. I realized that the text here is probably a little bit too large, so I'd like to change the size of that. So quickly come into Edit, go to Cards, to the back template, find the definition here, and I think place the cursor right next to it. And if you come down to add field and then come down to definition and choose, I think the font type was open sans light at size 20, hit OK. Where's it placed it? It's placed it at the bottom there. There it is. So just highlight that and then hit Command X. And then come back up to the definition and hit Command V. And there we go. It's for me anyway, that's more the original size of the font was when it was placed down here. So you can go ahead and delete that. Yeah, and there we go. And hit save. So when you go and you can actually highlight it also. When you highlight it, it comes up a different color. And that's it. Okay, so now you can move back across to the animecards site, hit back. And step 2 is to download the MPV player. Now I'm going to assume that you've already installed it on your system because I've already got it on mine. So I'm going to go straight ahead to number 3 here, which is to download and install the script itself. So hit the link. And this is for version version 3.5. So just go ahead and download that. Now again, as well as this animecards, we want the mpvacious note script as well. So start typing in mpvacious. And hit the link. And then if you come to the right hand side here where it says releases, and then go to hit the link there where it says, and then mpvacious version 17. Download that. Okay, so the last thing that we need now in our list is a text hooker and a clipboard inserter. So just hit the links. This will take you to a different website, Anacreon's website. Hit the button. And you can just go ahead and bookmark this. I normally put it on my bookmarks bar. And I put it as a text hooker. Like so. Go back. And you can download it as well. I download it just for good measure. And I come back and go to the clipboard inserter, which is an extension. Add to Chrome. I pin it. And once you've downloaded the clipboard, make sure you double tap. Come down to Manage Extension and allow access to file URLs. And we can test it out now. So if you come back to the extension, if you copy something. Oh yeah, turn it on and it will print. And this is where you can do your lookups with Yomichan. Okay, so next you want to connect Yomichan with your note type. So if you open a new tab and go to Yomichan settings, and then in the sidebar here come down to Anki, and at the bottom here you've got configure Anki card format. So as long as you've got Anki open and Anki Connect, it should work. So select your note type, select your deck, which I'm going to choose test, and the model, which will be Eminent version 2. You can change the naming of it later if you want, which is what I did. Now it goes like this: close body, expression, reading, which is correct. Definition should be glossary brief. You can get rid of sentence. Word audio is audio. Miss the next two. Then pitch accent will be pitch accent graphs. And frequency is frequencies, like so. And close. Now for the Eminent Note Type, he recommends that you have about 2 or 3 frequency lists. So if you go to Cade's website again, and if you go to Japanese resources, you will find on here where it says recommended resources, Yomichan, and frequency lists for it here. If you hit the link, it will take you to this little page here. If you come down to the Yomichan section, and basically any of these, there's about 5 of them. So you can just download 2 or 3 of them, whichever ones you like. I'm going to download I'm going to download this one. Netflix. And one more. Slice of Life. They were the top 3. Okay. So with those downloaded, you can go back to your Yomichan settings, come up to dictionaries, configure installed, import, downloads, and then open, and then just wait for those to install. Okay, and we can just, if we do refresh, okay, and we can do a basic test here. If you just click on the little green button and then come across to Anki. Okay, so everything's looking good, but it looks like a little bit of the formatting is a bit funny, and I believe this is to do with handlebars in Yomichan. So we can fix this. I've actually got one of Eminent's previous handlebars from version 2.2. So if we just go ahead and highlight this and copy it, and then come across to Anki, the Anki section, and right at the bottom where it says configure Anki card templates, this is your handlebars section here. So if you just go ahead and highlight all of this and paste it with the new handlebars, and we can do a basic test here. If we go to the frequencies section and test, and let's have a look. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You can see that it's actually put little commas in between each frequency, and I think it will have printed it all on one line. So let's do another test in Anki. If we go ahead and delete that and then refresh, and then let's make the card again. Yay, it looks like it's fixed it now. So that's looking really good now. So I think that, yeah, that's Yomichan set up. Okay, so next, if we come back to the animecards website, next we need to do installation of the script itself. So for me, who's on a Mac, I need this path here. If you're on a Windows device, I believe you need to use this address here. But if you just copy this, then go to select your desktop. In the menu bar, go to Go, and then come down to Go To folder. See, I've already typed it in here, but if you just copy that, if you just paste that address in there and hit enter, and that will take you to your scripts in MPV. So if you come down to your downloads, let's tidy up this, and then take your mpvacious and move it across, and your animecards and move it across. So now we need to set up our animecards and our mpvacious script so that it links to our Anki deck as well, which is a little bit more fiddly, but if you double tap, go to open with, and I use textmate to open my script, and it's all nice and colorful so that it's easier to read. But if you come down to the user config, you'll see that it's between like lines here. From here to here is everything that you can configure yourself. So let's go to our Anki, and all the green text is potentially everything that you can configure yourself. Also, some of the other stuff is configurable too. But to start with, you want to change the front field the sentence field, and the image field to match your Anki deck. So the front field, which will be a word, let's have a look on here. If you go to Browse, Test, and Cards, not Cards, sorry, here in this section. It is at the moment, it's set as Word. So I believe we can just change it to a lowercase word. And the sentence audio field, let's find that. Sentence audio, so you can just highlight it and copy the field name. Change that. Sentence field. Just sentence with lowercase s. And the image field is just picture with lowercase p. And again, when you're fiddling around with it later, you can change each of these to suit your needs, if you want to change it. Okay, next, because we're on a Mac, this is the part that we need to change here. So if you get rid of this and add this. But from my experience on the version 3.5, version 3.5, I've noticed that as it is, the script doesn't work unless you add this local prefix here. So if we copy this and add it, now it should potentially work. From my experience, if you don't have this local prefix added to the Mac version, it won't work. So that should work now. And you've got a few extra little pieces and bits and pieces down here. So I found that adding that to 0.5 is good. Because we're on a Mac, it's good to use JPEG. So I'll add JPEG there. And I believe that's good. So we can just go ahead and hit Command S for save. That should be set up. Okay, we can go ahead and close that. Now mpvacious script. Now the one you want is right at the bottom here where it's subs2srs.lua. So select that, double tap, open with textmate. And again, change JPEG to WebP. I found that changing the height to 700, I'm not sure if that's, I think that's good. MP3 instead of Opus. Changing it to max 32. Audio padding, change 0.5. Then again, sentence field is just sentence. Sentence audio. Image is just picture. And we actually have to specify the deck name and the model name here, which is the note type. So the deck name, this is the moment where you can change your deck name if you want. At the moment it's just set to test. We'll we'll change it to test. And you can change that later. And the model name is, if you go to browse, and this all of these parts here represent note types, and it's actually Eminent v2. So we type that in, v2. There's also, if you come down to this note tag part, you can actually add a note type, a note tag, which I don't really want, so I just normally just delete that. But it's got all the information you need here. I normally just delete it. And there's various other information here which I've just mostly ignored. Okay, so you can hit Command S for save. And that's it. So now that we're all set up, all we have to do is a test run to make sure that everything's working properly. So first of all, go to Anki, Browse, Test, and then open the preview window for when these cards are generated. And then move over to your browser. Open your texthooker page and turn on your clipboard. Then open up a video with subtitles. Wait for the text to be printed. Scan a word with Yomichan. Add the word. Now with mpvacious, what you need to do is press A, C, and M. Now it looks like it hasn't worked, but if you press preview a couple of times, it should repopulate with the picture. Okay, that's mpvacious. Carry on playing the video. Okay, scan a word with Yomichan. This time, select the text, then press Command C, then move over to the MPV player and press Control V. And you'll notice it says updated note. Let's move over. And you're ready to go. Rock and roll. And that's a demonstration of mpvacious and animecards script working on a Mac. Over and out.